Okay, I thought I'd do the hay bale. The hay bale was basically from Kit O'Brien, who played for us at Ball State. He came to visit. He played for me in 211, and he came to visit me on probably 2014. And he was talking about how they double teamed. He was playing for the Colts at the time, and how they double teamed. And they told this guy that he was the apex or the fulcrum. He was going to blunt the man, and this guy was going to come over and knock him over. Well, at the time, I was really into this torque, okay? And so I thought, I'd combine the two things. To me, this is just a regular combo. But what happens is this guy goes and tries to kill him and loses his mind and loses his integrity, and he can't adjust the linebackers. He turns his shoulders. He turns his gap. Our deal was square. So just describing the dig, and that would be a two-hand, okay, two hands and 1 foot. Just like when you use a shovel and you're digging in the ground, you put both hands on the shovel and you step on the shovel with 1 foot. Okay, so that's why we came up with the dig, and that was from Lewisburg. I didn't call it a dig before. I didn't know what to call it, but you got to take two hands and take all of the man. Okay, you're going to slide step in, and then you've created an angle with that slide step. Now you got to be careful if there's any noise over here. This is the weak spot right here. You'll have to step deep enough to take care of the threats. But side step, stay square, roll the shoulder. Okay, roll the shoulder down to protect yourself while you're doing this, and then step back into the rock. It's not quite a rewind. It's more like you're stepping into the man. Okay, and you're forming the rock. You're not trying to drive him. You're just trying to stop it. Okay, pin him right there. Okay, keep this leg open. Okay, this leg's you're going to step in with the shovel, the dig, and you're going to keep this leg open. Okay, and you're going to grab him like you're going to flip him up, which you're basically going to do. But what you want to make sure is that he doesn't drive you backwards. Okay, so, good coil, all the good stuff we talk about. Okay, maintain the open leg to your gap. Okay, and then the hay bale is basically you hanging on. The tackle comes and knocks him over. You flip him and then drive him. Okay, and the analogy was slinging a bale of hay into the back of a truck. So it's a torque move. Okay. And I've said throw, but really it's sling them and hang on to him and drive him and define him for this guy. Okay, define him for the back, define him for everybody. Okay, but the big thing is don't get knocked back. Wait for help. When you feel the help, sling them. Okay. Now the rake, that's an old term, and I just resurrected it. Jim McNally used rake. I don't know what, in the 80s maybe. Okay, 90s. Okay, and to me, it always meant you're going to drive into this guy so deep and no deeper. You got to maintain your coil and you got to maintain your integrity. And when you just go wild, I see these guys all the time in pass protection. This guy's tied up and he just turns and blam. Well, once you turn your shoulders, you're committed. You can't see anything, and we want to stay square with this. So it's just like rake the surface. About six, just like you rake the lawn, get down past the grass and get some solid dirt. Okay, so rake. Okay, you're going to use one hand or shoulder. You're in the help mood, and putting two hands on it's not a problem as long as you turn the turret and not the tank. Okay, you can't turn your tracks. Okay, you're going to step into it. All right, and we would skip into it. All right, we'd skip into the rake and then step into it and adjust to cover. So we would skip. This is the way we taught it. We'd skip in and then adjust depending on what was going on here. If that guard had to disengage for a run through or a looper or something like that, you'd have to cover this man. Okay, so the skip step gives you a chance to adjust on the second step. All right. And if you don't need to cover, okay, you step into the rock, Okay, maintain the open leg. Now the difference is this is going to be the open leg here. Excuse me. This is going to be your open leg here. So you're gonna wind up like that, whereas he's going to wind up like that. And you say, well, it's the old toe, hip to hip and all that. No, it's not. Okay, it's not what we're trying to do. We're not trying to drive the guy straight back. We're trying to knock him in here. Okay. So if you can skip into it, okay, and you don't have to adjust the cover, establish the rock, maintain the open gap, the open leg rather, to the linebacker. Your job is to scrape paint off of that guard's hip. You got to get to the guard. Don't worry about getting to him. You'll get to him. You get to that guard and make sure that you scrape paint off that guard. Okay, maintain your coil, your integrity, stay square, and give that man a shot. Rake him. And don't be in a hurry to get up to that linebacker. Okay, if the linebacker comes to you, fine, but don't be in a hurry. Okay, too soon is too late. If you get off that too soon, this guy's he's gonna skin it, and we got problems. Okay, let the linebacker come to you. All right, that's our version of the hay bale, circa 2014.